Welcome back to the AZ-900 Azure Fundamentals Masterclass. And these are the objectives we will cover today. And I want you to notice that our focus isn't just about passing the AZ-900 exam. These are the concepts you will hear in interviews, workplace discussions, and when designing cloud solutions. And I need you to think of this lesson as learning how businesses measure the reliability of cloud services. And if you look at the objectives, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which will help us understand service level agreement. And the first on the list is we need to define a service level agreement, explain why SLAs matter, understand uptime percentages, explain planned versus unplanned downtime, understand high availability, and I believe we've touched on this before, explain composite SLAs, and apply SLA concepts to real world, business scenarios. So we see that a service level agreement is a formal commitment from Microsoft about how available an Azure service is expected to be. And notice the phrase expected availability. And this doesn't mean Azure will never experience downtime. Instead, Microsoft promises that the service will be available for a specified percentage of time over a billing period. So if Microsoft doesn't meet that commitment, eligible customers may receive service credit according to the SLA terms. And for the AZ-900 exam, I need you to remember this simple definition. An SLA is Microsoft's promise regarding the availability of an Azure service. And why does this matter? And I want you to think about real organizations for a second. So we've got a hospital where doctors cannot access, patient records, or a bank whose online banking platform goes offline, or you're probably trying to buy a ticket online during a major event, but the website crashes. Downtime costs businesses money, it damages customer trust, and can even put lives at risk. And this is why businesses care so much about service level agreements. And when choosing a cloud provider, they want assurance that their systems will remain available when customers need them. So that's the whole point of this. And that is the Microsoft Service Level Agreement page. So you can do a Google search. Take your time, go through, read them, but you don't need to really memorize them. So Microsoft regularly publishes and updates SLA document for its online services, including Azure. And the last published date was 30th July 2025, and it's effective on 30th September 2025. So that was about a year ago. And you can see the latest version is available for download. So when you go through, you get to see all of that. But for the AZ-900 exam, you are not expected to memorize these documents. And instead, you should understand these documents contain Microsoft's official commitment regarding the availability and reliability of its services. So in the workplace, IT professionals may refer to these documents when planning deployment or reviewing service expectations with customers. So this simple table shows why even a small increase in the percentage makes a huge difference. So a service with 99% availability could be unavailable for over 3 days in a year. An entire year, that is 365 days, it can be unavailable for just about 3 days, not continuous. Okay. Then when we increase the availability to 99.9%, now the downtime drops less than 9 hours. So now we have 8.76 hours per year. And with 99.99%, downtime is less than an hour over an entire year. Then when we increase it to 99.999%, then that's just about less than 6 minutes a year. So this is why businesses often ask for services with multiple nines in their SLAs. And high availability means what? Greater what? Reliability. So not all the downtime are the same. So planned downtime occurs when maintenance has been scheduled in advance, and Microsoft carefully plans updates to minimize what disruptions. So unplanned downtimes happens unexpectedly, such as a hardware failure or network issue. It could be a natural disaster. So Azure is designed to reduce unplanned downtime through redundancy and resilient what infrastructure. So are you enjoying this? Does it look good? Good. So let's look at one important business application on a single virtual machine. So if that particular virtual machine fails, then your application becomes unavailable. And now let's move to another perspective where we have two or more virtual machines behind a load balancer. So if one virtual machine fails, users continue accessing the application through the remaining what? Healthy virtual machine. That's it. And this is called high availability. Okay. So high availability is a design strategy that helps organizations meet higher service availability goals. Then we've got composite SLA, where most business applications use multiple Azure services. So an application may include a virtual machine, a database, and storage. And each of these services has its own SLA. So when multiple services work together, the overall availability depends on all of them. And this overall availability is called a composite SLA. So for the AZ-900 exam, you don't need to calculate composite SLAs, but you should understand the concept. Then Azure provides many features that help organizations improve availability. And throughout this course, we've already explored several of these technologies. We talked about availability zones, which reduce the impact of data center failures. We also looked at load balancers that distribute traffic, and Azure Backup, which protects data. Azure Monitor helps detect problems quickly, and we've explored that in detail. And together, these services help organizations design resilient cloud solutions. And these are the key points you should remember for the AZ-900 exams, okay? So Microsoft may ask questions about an SLA, what's a particular SLA represent, what higher availability means, or how Azure services help organizations improve reliability. So I want you to focus on understanding the concept rather than memorizing exact numbers. It's not needed. You can just do a Google search about the nines, the number of nines, so that you can use your brain power to critically think and solve problems. So we're going to do a quick recap. And we mentioned that a service level agreement is Microsoft's commitment regarding the availability of Azure services. And businesses, as we know, rely on SLAs when choosing cloud platforms because availability directly affects customer experience and business operations. And we've also seen how Azure provides features such as availability zones, load balancers, backup, and monitoring to help organizations design highly available solutions. And as you continue your Azure journey, remember that cloud architecture isn't about deploying resources. It's about designing systems that remain available, reliable, and resilient. And in the next lesson, we will continue exploring Azure concepts that will strengthen your understanding of cloud architecture and prepare you for success in the AZ-900 certification exam. And I'll see you in the next lesson. If you've not liked, commented, shared, or subscribed, this is the time for you to do so. Thank you, and God bless.